So, many players today are getting those L trades, or should we say overpaying, because of one simple mistake. And that is not knowing the current value of the fruit in the market. And most of the players are asking, is this L or W trade? Is this even a fair trade? Which fruit should I give for that fruit? So in today's video, we'll try to answer all those questions. But before anything else, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, as this really helps us a ton and inspires us to make more videos. Now, the common problem with most players today is that they would do anything to the point without even knowing what they're trying to offer is way more valuable compared to what they are actually getting. And by the end of the trade, they'll realize that they lost the trade and it's too late. So with that said, and to prevent that from happening to you, let me show you a website that I've been using, which is called bloxfruitsvalues.com. Just a disclaimer, I'm not in any way sponsored by this website, but I would like to commend the owner, admin, and all the staff of this site for putting this up and working so hard to update it as much as they can. And this really helped me a lot on winning trades in the last couple of months. So as you can see, they listed all fruits available in the market, down from the common up to the mythical fruits. They even have game passes for your reference, and they do update this site at least twice a month. Now the question is, how can this be helpful for you? Again, the answer is with the current values and the current demand. So to better understand this, each fruit has its own corresponding price, value, permanent value, demand, and fruit status. For the time being, we'll skip the part of the price, since we all know the current prices of all the fruits, and focus on these four things: value, permanent value, demand, and fruit status. The value is where it ranks each fruits or game passes. So the higher the value of the fruit or game pass, the higher the fruit you need to trade out for it. And it is definitely crucial to know this part, as this will either make or break your trade. So, whatever fruits you have in your inventory, might as well suggest checking the market value of those. Same goes with the permanent value. The only difference is that they can only be obtained by purchasing it with Robux. With that said, you can expect these items to be overpriced and most likely to be more valuable than any other fruits that you can get in the game. But of course, you can still get permanent items by trading your overpriced fruits. Moving on to the next one, the demand. This is a metric where it shows how people want a specific fruit or item, and it's scaled from 1 to 10. If it's 1 to 4, you can think of it as a low demand type of fruit, and you probably use these kinds of fruits for exchanging microchips for raids should you wish to awaken a specific fruit. In some occasions, it can be used to fill the 40% threshold to complete the trade, particularly when the fruit you're trying to get has a higher price. If it's 5 to 7, these are somewhat in demand. They are usually used as an addition for trades, especially when you badly need a specific fruit. Lastly, 8 to 10. This is where players would give almost anything to get it, and without question, it is a high demand fruit. And now we move to the fruit status. As mentioned earlier, it can be classified as stable, unstable, underpaid, overpaid, and hyped. So when you say stable types of fruits, these are the ones who won't likely increase or decrease in value. As for the unstable ones, it hasn't stabilized yet, but there is a chance that this kind of item will most likely decrease for a while. For the underpaid fruits, these are the ones that are more likely trash fruits, to the extent that it is almost impossible to trade out and get something valuable in return. As for the overpaid, you can have these kinds of items or fruits by trading more than its current value. Let's say the leopard has a value of 45 million. You can definitely ask more from what it's current worth. As an example, you can ask for 1 dragon, 1 doe plus some ads. And there are some players that would even pay a game pass just to get these overpaid fruits. And more interestingly is the hyped typed fruits. Similar to the overpaid fruits, these items are obviously being overpaid in the market. As you may know, this occurs when there's a recent change or update in Blox fruits, especially if a certain fruit will get a rework, like the control and dragon fruit. Now the good news is, this is the part where you can profit once you have these hype type fruits. Although it's a make or break deal, unless you don't check all the fruits that you're trading for and getting in return. But most of the time, you win on these kinds of trades. So you better take advantage of this opportunity while it lasts. And that's how you can utilize this website. Now, here's a tricky question for you. Both Buddha and Shadow have the same values. So do you think by giving out your Buddha to get a Shadow makes a win trade for you? I'll give you 10 seconds to decide. And the answer is no. You'll lose a trade on that one. Although that's a little L, but it's still an L trade. You may be wondering why. Simply because you missed out one particular element of the trade. That is the demand. Buddha has higher demand compared to Shadow, which means the higher the demand, the higher the value. And just like in any trading platforms, Blox Fruits trade also follows the principle of supply and demand. The higher the demand, you can expect the value to increase. And on the other hand, with lots of supply, the lesser its value. So the next time you're in a trade, and if you're in doubt on what you're trying to give from what you're about to get, you still have 10 seconds to cancel the trade or jump out of it. Then check this website to make sure no one is taking advantage of your precious fruits and save yourself from depression later on. With all this in mind, I don't think you'll ever lose a trade ever again. So if you find this helpful or if you learned something from this video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate it. And that's pretty much it on today's video. See you on the next one. Ciao.